134 to 120. What a game tonight. We were at Darling Aviary an hour before tip-off. Had a great show there. And Javi said they will cover the spread, which they did, and very convincingly. The last game was a letdown. They were minus 10 for the first time since 04. Tonight they were minus 8 against the Lakers. I get it. No Westbrook, no AD. But man, the Kings just beat the hell out of them. 134 to 120. 41 points in the second quarter. 40 points in the third. My gosh. This is a fun brand of basketball. This is so fun to watch. And I love it because the Kings did it in front of a global audience in terms of Laker fans. Because, there's Laker fans all over the world, especially here tonight. Although I'm going to say, Kings fans necessarily didn't sell their tickets like they typically do. Because there were a lot of Kings fans tonight, and you heard the cheers. You heard the chants. With like 6 minutes left, you heard the light the beam chants. That was incredible. Home court advantage is back. And we all know that when the Kings are good, and even when they're not good, but specifically when the Kings are good, Kings fans show up and they are loud. It's an electric environment in here, man. It truly is. And it's fun to watch. It's so fun to watch, man. I love it. I truly do, man. Beat LA. Light the beam. What a great night if you're a Kings fan. 134 to 120. Sabonis, triple-double. The guy is literally cementing his all-star bid right now. Unless he gets hurt, there is no reason why he shouldn't make the all-star team this year. Guy's been a beast. And I think one fan on Instagram said, man, I think it's starting to work out, and we're all upset about Tyrese Halliburton, that trade. And now I'm happy. But I was like, bro, you were upset. Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate for the headphones. You were upset, but I was happy within seconds. Within the first second when I saw the trade break, I was like, oh my gosh, the Kings finally manned up and put the chips in and chose a direction. They chose a direction, man. And we can already see the benefits of that. No longer in the middle. No longer mediocre. This team is good. It maximized De'Aaron Fox. It unlocked him in so many ways that we haven't seen. We saw it again tonight. And if you saw my tweets, I pretty much said I hope he doesn't get punished for winning basketball games, because he had played 28 to 29 minutes before he went back into the game to get ejected, which he earned that. He earned that. He got slapped on both hands. No foul. And he let the refs know. I'm glad he did. I'm glad he let the refs know, because that man is a star. And he's not getting treated like one. He's not. So, we'll talk about that. Those are my initial thoughts. Kings have 2 All-Stars, man. And it's a beautiful thing to watch every night. Everybody feeds off of them. Everybody touches the basketball in this system. Fox can go out and get 30 every night if that was a system, but it's not. I love SGA. I love Luka. I love all these guys putting up 28 to 31 points a game. The reality is those offenses are catered to them. They are the system. And when they miss games, or if they're not playing well, you see a huge drop-off. Whether De'Aaron Fox misses a game or not, the Kings run the same thing. It's a plug-and-play for them. You're either in or you're out. That simple. You're either going to run the split-cut action or you're not. No more pounding the hell out of the ball. The ball has energy, man. And when you swing the ball and everybody touches it, it makes you want to play harder. And if that's sacrificing stats for a guy like Fox, so be it. Because right now, the team has an amazing chemistry. They're playing for one another. They're playing hard on defense. We saw the graphic today from NBA University. Sabonis has been an exceptional rim protector, not in the traditional way of getting blocks necessarily, but he has a great percentage. He stays vertical, and he protects his paint 6 feet from the rim. He does an excellent job. A lot of it, too, some guys get blown, get blown by on the perimeter. That's fine. But when you can understand angles, know how to use your body, and stay vertical, you will get the benefit of the doubt. And obviously we know that Sabonis is extremely physical. That really helps. And we'll pull up the stat. Actually, we'll pull it up right now, as a matter of fact. Instagram. Here we go. NBA University, bro. Who defends the most shots per game within 6 feet plus defensive field goal percentage? Okay. And we see some names that you're probably like, okay. I can see that. Oh, I haven't shared my screen yet. Let me share my screen real fast. Here we go. Perfect. Sorry about that. We got Sabonis. We got the Joker. Right, two guys that you don't think about as, oh, well, those guys are defensive liabilities until you actually watch them play. And if you watch them play, you'll see a major difference defensively, individually, and then you'll see a major difference and a huge and a drastic drop-off when they go to the bench, right? The Kings are suffering of that right now. In last game, we saw, even when Sabonis went out, I think he played 40 minutes that game, if I'm not mistaken. But even in those 8 minutes that he wasn't in the game, they got destroyed. We had Mike Brown talk about Nick Richards, who was a monster on the glass. Mason Plumlee, who was just a good player. You know I love Mason Plumlee. And I asked him about, well, why isn't Rashawn playing? And he pretty much said, if you read between the lines, he fouls too much. I can't have that. He even threw some shade by saying, well, we almost double-teamed Marvin Bagley, a backup center. That's shade at its finest. We talked about that last show. So it's very clear and evident that Mike Brown is looking for a backup. And Neemias had a good game today. Is it sustainable? Probably not. I'm going to bet that it's not. They went up against a very underwhelming front court. With no AD, you're not scared of any of those guys. I would have felt playing Shemezi Metu today, if I'm being honest. I would have felt comfortable playing him. And we know he's a liability defensively. So take it for what it is. Take it with a grain of salt. Queta had a good game. It was fun to watch him. We're happy for him. But I don't think it's sustainable. I truly don't. So if that's how Mike Brown feels, he's searching for that backup for 8 to 12 minutes, well, they're going to have to find somebody in the trade. They're going to have to find somebody in the trade. It truly comes down to that. If it's Nerlens Noel, just a straight swap for a guy like Rashawn Holmes, well, sometimes a fresh start for two guys who are stuck on the bench may be what's best. Maybe what's best. So let's look at the box score. Now before we do, huge shout out to Medici Sacramento. Right across the Golden One Center. Best pizza in Sacramento. It's a great spot to pregame it. It's a great spot to celebrate and light the beam, man. I mean, they got the best pizza in town. They got amazing drinks. Also, Darling Aviary, where we had the pregame show tonight on the rooftop. You got the heaters outside. You got great drinks. And it's a spot to just socialize and have a good time, man. Both spots are phenomenal, literally a few feet from each other. We got options here in Sacramento, but in terms of food and pizza, there's nobody like Medici Sacramento. The quality of food is just different. So make sure y'all check them out. Also, a huge shout out to Darling Aviary, who hosted us earlier today. That was a fun time. And I highly suggest you guys watch the pregame show because we had some nuggets in there and we made you guys some money. So, shout out to Javi as well for showing up today. Let's check out the box score. Sabonis, as I said earlier, 13 points, 21 rebounds, 12 assists, 1 steal, plus 20 for the game. 4 of 4, that's my favorite line. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. And then 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. 50%, baby. We'll take it. He's been shooting the ball well from beyond the arc. The last game, he had about 2 threes. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. Sabonis, man. He's playing well. You got to love it, man. You got to love it. Harrison Barnes, 34 minutes tonight, 20 points. He's been playing really well. I got to give him his credit, his flowers. The man is playing really, really well right now. And as I said, when he plays well, the Kings have a great chance to win. When he plays bad, they have almost no chance to win. But he has been very formidable. He has been, as his typical self, a consummate professional, and you got to love it. You truly do. But in the back of your mind, and again, y'all know I keep this real all the time, 100%. You still got to think about the moments where he's not going to play well, and you got the rumors on full display right now. They're on fire. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. I'm not a LaVine guy in terms of bringing him here. I like him for other teams. I think he's a great player, but I also know he has bad knees, and I don't think he took his rehab serious this year, which is why he had such a tough start to the season, because he's not 100%. And I wouldn't want to take that risk on the guy who is owed a lot of money. Availability is the best ability to me. If I want to take a risk, I'm going to take the risk on DeMar, which I've done a video specifically on DeMar and how he would fit in Mike Brown's offense. Highly suggest you guys check that out if you haven't already. That's the guy that I would go after. The Raptors tonight, big time win. Did not watch the game. I'm going to have to watch it tomorrow morning. Siakam with 52 points. Damn. OG is, or Zach Lowe from ESPN said that OG, if he's dealt, could potentially bring in a Donovan Mitchell package, a Godfather package. That is crazy. So if he's going to do that, what is Siakam going to bring? Well, there's some names out there for the Kings to improve the roster, upgrade the roster. What are they going to do? Are they going to make minor moves? They could. They could be like, well, I like my roster. We can make a small shift here, right? A small shift there, and go from there. Or they can just shake it up and just go all in and put the chips in. But it's hard because you got to call Atlanta, and then you got to hope that they're okay with it, with unloading that 2025 pick. Because right now, the Kings can't trade any picks until 2027, I believe. 2027, yes. That's tough. That's tough to make moves because everybody knows next year's draft is very good. And people want picks for next year's draft. So the Kings have their hands tied up. We all knew that when they traded for Kevin. But they got to call Atlanta and just, unprotect that pick. I mean, that's what they got to do, right? How's everybody doing? Make sure you guys like it. Like the video or dislike it, whatever, man. It helps either way. Share it with everybody, man. So that way you're telling YouTube that you like the content on Basketball Zone. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Brandon said, how do you feel about Queta tonight? Okay, well, let's look at his numbers. 11 minutes, 5 of 5. I kind of talked about it already. 0 of 2, 3 boards, 10 points. It's a great game for him, right? But But you got to look at who was playing. Thomas Bryant, Wenyen Gabriel, Damian Jones. No disrespect to any of those guys. Those guys aren't very good. Which is why the Lakers are 13-17 or 13-18. Yeah, they're 13-18. They haven't updated the records. But you want Queta to get his confidence up. That's okay. But if you want me to keep it honest, I don't think it's sustainable because when they face good bigs, he has to learn how to keep his hands down. He has to, understand how to take the right angles and move his hips the right way. If you watch him run, I'm not a huge fan of him. He runs inward, which I think is a problem. I think he's a little bit too heavy. But right now, he's a big body. He sets good screens. He creates space for you. You love that part. You want him to get meaner. You want him to roll every single time when he gets a chance to play, because we saw a little bit of a change from last game, right, where he just wouldn't roll as much, and Monk had nobody in the pick and roll. Tonight we saw Monk deliver a great alley-oop to Queta, and he executed it to perfection. And then we saw a nice Spain pick and roll where Fox hit Queta in stride for the alley-oop, and that was great too. So, yeah, he had a very good game, but we also got to see the context of who he did it against. And he did it against guys who aren't very good in terms of quality NBA starters. Because I don't think Thomas Bryant's a starter in this league. So he's not a starter, he's a bench player. And the guys who are backing him up, again, no disrespect to Wenyen, but he's not very good. And Damian Jones was here last year. I liked him, but we all know he was a backup. So take that with a grain of salt, is what I would say. But I give him credit for having a very good game today, for his standards, without question. Light the beam, yes sir. AR Loatman, Keegan gonna be good. He had a very good game. He shot 6 of 12 from beyond the arc, I believe. Right? Yes, 6 of 12 from beyond the arc. Let's talk about his game. 7 of 17 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, plus 24. He gave you the space all night long for everybody else, and he knocked down shots. He shot 50%. You cannot ask for anything else from the man. He did his job. You got to give him credit. The man came out with a beam. He was letting that go. Boy has a strap. He can let it fly, man. You got to love it. Love this game. You seeing the emotion from him, you got to love it. As De'Aaron Fox told me on Saturday, he don't talk to the media or to fans like that, but he be talking now to his teammates. He be talking some crap, and you got to love that because he's beginning to open up. He's beginning to trust. And we're going to see a guy, from a personality standpoint, open up a little bit more, in my opinion. It's only a matter of time before he consistently smiles. I know he's very monotone. He's very even key all the time. But it's coming. Kid can hoop, man. The kid can hoop. Light the beam. The Lakers L. Yes, sir. Can't believe we have Domas. Man, I can't believe it either, brother. Like I said, the second that trade happened, I was like, damn. They gonna be good. Did we risk giving up Queta too quickly? Do you see any chance that Kingston ever saw back at 5? So, yeah, those are things that you got to look at. Guys like Netherlands Noah have been rumored. So you might very well have to do like a swap for a Noel for Rashawn Holmes, potentially. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Yikes. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. That's crazy. They not showing the love, man. Make sure you guys like the video. Come on, beat the brakes off them fakers. RP, yes sir, bro. Barnes with trade value slowly going back up. Yes, it is. You gotta love it. You gotta love that. I love hearing that. Oh, man. If Keegan can improve his ball handling and develop a mid-range, it would be amazing. Yes, it would. That would be a game changer for his game and for the Sacramento Kings in general, because right now it's not there. We all know it's not there. But if he continues to shoot the ball the way he is, even at a 40% clip, that opens up everybody else. So we got to love that, right? We love seeing that, period. And he's been doing that very well as of late. You know, he started off guns blazing, then he just went through a huge cold streak, and now he's back. That sounds like a typical rookie year, if you ask me, right? And nothing changes in terms of 2 nights ago when we streamed for 3.5 hours with Robert Misovich from Pensari Basketball, my brother, when he essentially brought to light or shed some light on the fact that if we did a redraft, Keegan would go anywhere from 7 to 9. And I agree with him. I really do. And everybody who watches the NBA, not just the Kings, you will know that's true if you actually watch. On the fact that Keegan isn't having a great year, he's having an okay year. Again, lots of ups and downs. Obviously, contextually speaking, he's playing on a team that's good, so his usage rate is low. But if you think about it, everybody gets touches, right? We talked about this earlier. Foxen put up 30 tonight, no question about it. But he's not pounding the ball out of the, he's not pounding the air out, he's not pounding the air out of the ball like he used to. But still, we see Keegan's weaknesses, and we see the fact that he's 22 years old and he's older than everybody else in terms of the top 10. Okay? So, from a perception standpoint, we can see how everybody else values a Keegan Murray right now and what he could be, because we're watching even guys like Dyson Daniels, who is under the radar. He's playing on a great team right now. He's making a huge impact. His box score stats may not be amazing, but the man is making his impact. And that's a 19-year-old right there. That's a 6'6", 6'7" point guard who can guard 1 through 3 and who is an elite defender already, who is a great passer already. Dyson Daniels is no joke, man. That kid can hoop, and I would have him over Keegan Murray. No question about it. Just think about right now. We're not even talking 3 years from now. We're talking right now. Right? And then obviously you go with the consensus top 5 guys. Either way. You know, Chet's not playing, but he still goes top 5. That's a fact. I think Kings fans overvalue their players. I'm not one, I've been guilty of it, but I'm not one to not acknowledge that. Kings fans overvalue their players. And that happens when you lose 16 years in a row. I think every fan base overvalues their players. But that's how we got to have these tough discussions, because at the end of the day, you know, we can talk about these dream trades that are false, right? These NBA 2K trades that are false, but it's not going to do us any good because they're not going to happen. So if we're out here projecting these fake trades, well, it's not going to do me any good because my credibility is going to take a shot, right? So we're here to keep it real, man. That's how I do it. That's how you're always going to have it. Keeping it real 100%. Keegan Murray right now would go 7 through 9. Somewhere in there. So his value is not as high as these other rookies if he would put him in the trade. So guys like Siakam tonight, who have 52, OG, who was a defensive star, it's going to be hard to get those guys. I don't think the Kings have as many assets because they have their draft picks tied up with the Herter trade. Unless they unload that and, you know, Atlanta can agree to a 2025 first-round pick, and then you can use your 2023 pick. But it's going to be hard, man. It's going to be hard because of the Stepien rule. Domas shoved Winnie out of the way like he was a 7th grader. Yeah, I mean, I love Winnie. He's a great human being. I just don't think he's that good. I don't. He hustles. He plays hard. But damn, like, he gets pushed around by a lot of guys. But yeah, Sabonis does that to everybody. You're right. Keegan has a solid mid-range. Needs to get better at finishing traffic and ball handling for sure. Lee Adams there. Towards the trade deadline, the Wemby tank will get stronger. More players will be available. Trey Lyles was trying to audition for the Lakers, LOL. You gotta know how I feel about Trey Lyles, man. I've told you guys for a long time. You know, he gave you 7 points in 8 minutes. But he is who he is. You know, earlier in the year when he was having these great games, Trey Lyles, oh, man, come on, man. Like, he'll come back down to earth. And that's what he is, and that's okay. He's a rotational player who's going to have bad games, more bad games than good games. That's to be expected, but we all have to acknowledge that's who he is. Same with TD. TD can give you 30 points every 20 games. That 30, the night he gives you 30 points is going to be great because you're going to need that. But that's why he's a reserve, and that's okay. We know he's straight energy when he comes out, and you love that. That's why you got to optimize these guys to their best. Role optimization. We talk about this every single game, okay? It's okay. Malik Monk has a bigger role off the bench. He is the star on the bench. He's a 6-man candidate, and, he didn't have a great game tonight, 18 minutes, 2 points, but he had 6 assists, so he impacted the game in different facets. He's known to be a scorer, but this year he has elevated his playmaking overall. He has been exceptional, amongst the best league-wide. He's in the high 90s in terms of 90th percentile. Just all over the place. Again, we don't look at just box score assists, right? Not on this channel we don't, because we understand that box score numbers isn't the end-all be-all because they miss a lot of context. They miss a lot of context. And Monk does a great job. Davion Mitchell did a great job tonight. 8 points, plus 22, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. Shooting the ball a little bit better. He's used to pounding the ball, playing a lot of pick and roll with guys like Damian Jones last year. Those last 10 games, he looked great because he played that way. In this type of offense, you got to move the ball, and if you're not shooting the ball well, which he hasn't been all year, he's going to look like a liability, and that's what he's been all year long pretty much. On nights like tonight, I'll take 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. I really will. I'm not mad at Davion. Davion is a very good defender. You can put him on anybody, and he's going to play his heart out, and he's going to give you his best. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen. Yeah, definitely typical rookie play. Agreed. His plus minus proves that. Trying to think. Lee says, trying to think who would be a better fit for the Kings as a rookie, knowing what we know now. Almost everyone that scoring more requires a ball in their hands. Agreed. But even guys like Jason Daniels is a better basketball player, in my opinion. And he don't need the ball in his hands to impact the game. Go ahead. All right. Shout out to Matt George, though. Light the beam. Dyson Daniels and another Alonzo Ball. Could be, but hopefully a healthy one. I mean, Lonzo's just had a rough last 2 years, man. I felt bad for him because he's such a good basketball player. People don't understand how good of a player he is, and it's super unfortunate. But I think Dyson Daniels has a higher upside to be better than him, and that's saying a lot, right? Especially where the Pelicans took him. So, yeah, watch my video, bro. It's on the channel. You'll see it. Breakdowns. Both Robert and I did a great breakdown on him, gave you context of his impact right now, what he could be in the future. He's nice. He's real nice. Tyson Daniels' mom is hot. I haven't seen her, bro. 4 players with 20 points, 1 player with 20 rebounds. They never stood a chance. Golden State and LA out of playoffs, second. That would be so sweet. That would be sweet. That would be amazing. Although, it's good for the NBA when the Lakers and the Warriors are in the playoffs, right? But that would be very sweet. Yes, I agree with you. Who would you consider untouchable on the Kings? I don't think anybody in the NBA is untouchable. You know, maybe guys like Giannis, Steph. I don't know. I don't think anybody's untouchable. Obviously, I say it with a smirk because, like if someone gave me, obviously, hypothetically, like in a silly world, 10 draft picks, be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna take 10 draft picks, right? If they gave me like young assets with like, but in terms of like we keeping it real, probably Fox and Sabonis. I think everybody else is on the table if you're trying to improve the team. So it's funny. You know, Kevin's having a great year, Monk's having a great year, but if the Nets, hypothetically speaking, and this is not going to happen because KD's off the table, but in the summer, right, if the Nets would call up and they have this deal already ready to go, and the last piece of the puzzle would be Kevin Huerter or Malik Monk for a Kevin Durant, which you think is going to happen. So that's what I'm saying when I say nobody is untouchable. If you want one of those two guys, yeah, I'm doing it. That's Kevin Durant, right? Like, so everybody has a price, and that's just an analogy. Like, I don't think anybody is untouchable, but if I had to choose two guys, it'd be Fox and Sabonis for sure. The Kings should just stand pat and not overspend. 2023 has great prospects in the first round. They can find an OG type of player there. That could be the other route, right? You just play it out. You hope that HB continues to be Mr. Consistent this season, well, as of late, right? And you play it out. You get bounced in the first, maybe second if you get lucky. And that's a phenomenal season. You build on something like that, and then you got money to spend. Either you sign Harrison if he wants to come back because he's unrestricted, or you use that money, or you have about roughly about 25 to 28, somewhere around there, right? And you go out and you get one of these upcoming 3-and-D type of guys, like them. I think one of the McDaniels from the McDaniels from the Hornets. He's a free agent. Nick Richards is a free agent. So there's a lot of dudes on expiring deals that are young, that are hungry, that are waiting to get paid. So those are options. You don't have to trade for them right now and give up assets if you don't want to. If you feel comfortable enough to say, this is a top 6 team and we're making the playoffs, but if you don't feel comfortable, like I told you guys, I think this is the Kings are the 7th best team in the West if everybody is healthy. Obviously, everybody's not healthy, right? So you have to take that into consideration when you make these moves. If everybody's healthy, to me, they're the 7th best team. If everybody's not healthy, obviously they're roaming anywhere from 4 to 6. And that's great. If you get a top 6 seed this year when you weren't expected to, when the over-under was 33.5, 34 games, what a blessing, right? But if teams start to get healthy, then damn. I wouldn't want to be in a playing situation where you go up against a Luka in the do-or-die game, or even the Lakers. I'm not worried about the Lakers, but I mean, but you have to be worried because the Kings don't have the experience, right? And in a one game, now in the series they'd win, but in the one game, you don't know what could happen. The thing is, I don't want the Kings to be the Cavs of last year, where the Cavs are always 3rd, 4th seed. They got some injuries towards the end of the year. Then they fell out of the top 6 and Trae Young came in there and he beat them. You don't want to be that because that would be a disappointing season. People will be like, oh, well, they made the plan. Bro, if you're flirting with 4 to 6 all year and you have some injuries towards the end of the year and you fall out of the top 6 and you get bounced in a play-in game, I don't care what anybody says, that's going to be a disappointing season. And I don't want that to happen. That's what you're trying to avoid at any cost. 100%. 100%. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Come on, let's get them up. 100%. So, if y'all want to call in, I'd love it. We can also watch the highlights in a little bit. I'm going to put the link right now. Let's see. Put the link in the description. Come on, yo. Used to be good for the Kings to be in the playoffs. Wow, that was a long time ago. Kings should just stand pat. Okay, he said that. Can easily see Barnes re-signing on a similar deal. Leaves out the cap for the Kings to bring a solid wing off the bench. That's one option. I'm not mad at you. I just don't want to be the Cavs of last year. I just don't want to be that team. What's up, Skip? Hey, join the conversation, bro. Come on in, brother. Come on in. Let's take some calls right now. Let me see if the interviews are up. Okay. Not yet, but let's see. The post game isn't up yet. Here we go. The link is in the bio. So yes, if that's the plan, to stay pat and make maybe like a small move, you know, maybe you do swap over Rashawn Holmes for a Nerlens Noel. I don't know why I can't say his damn name. Nerlens Noel. Okay. It's like it always gets stuck on the tongue, you know, like Nerlens. You know what I'm saying? Like so maybe you just do that. I don't know where Nerlens is at in terms of his game. He's been on the bench for the Pistons, and rightfully so. You got Durant out there, who is 18, youngest player in the league, and he's a monster on the boards. And Nerlens doesn't fit the timeline on that team because they're trying to lose. So I don't know where he's at. And he could very well be in the same situation as Holmes and not be at the level that we've seen them. Again, if I'm the Kings, I'm trying to play Holmes, trying to highlight him, try to get some of that value back, because right now his contract is perceived to be a very bad one. When he signed the deal, it was perceived to be a great home run deal. See how things switch so fast in the NBA? So I think Mike Brown giving me the answer last game of essentially saying, I don't want to play him because of this and that. That's not good for his value. It's not like teams didn't know that already, but when you publicly say it, you really killing his value, whatever is left of it, right? It's just one of those things, man. So, I mean, I asked him the question, and he was honest. Blame me for that one. But, yeah, his value is at an all-time low. His value is at an all-time low, and it's super unfortunate because I still think he has a lot left in the gas and in the tank. So, you know, that's me. Max the Demon says, nice super. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate that. What you think of Keegan getting the defensive player of the game chain? I didn't know that. Appreciate you telling me that. We can watch that right now. How loud was it tonight? I thought it was pretty weak in the first quarter. It was pretty empty to some degree. Like, Monday was packed from the very beginning. But I do think that a lot of Laker fans bought tickets, and then some of them didn't show up. And then, you know, they started filing in mid second quarter. Second half was a lot better. Second half was really loud. The first half was weak, but it's to be expected because I figured that a lot of Kingston would sell, their tickets, upsell them a lot, and then make up for the other tickets year round. So it's still a great outcome. I mean, you smacked the hell out of the Lakers. That's a great night. You were chanting "Light the Beam" 6 minutes into the fourth quarter. Like, we knew what was the outcome, right? You gotta love it. Damn. Someone got stuck. Give me a sec, y'all. Jesus. Help me. All right. All right. There it is. All right, let's check out what they had to say. Let's share the screen. Let's go on the Kings real fast. Let's see. Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings. Instagram page real fast. Come on, yo. Okay, here we see. Light the beam. Light the beam. Here we go. Love it. You got that smirk. Like I told you guys earlier, I was talking to Fox Amakunis Saturday, and he was telling me how much Keegan is opening up to his teammates, where he's like talking like talking this talk. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like talking the smack. So he said that he hasn't really revealed that part to the media or the fans yet because he's known to be that super silent, even killed type of guy, which he is. But it's nice to hear that he's beginning to like open up, right? He's starting to speak up and talk his trash. So, you love hearing that, and I think giving him the chain is going to help his confidence even more. So you love seeing that, man. You love seeing that. You gotta love these bots to say, I can't explain how much I feel every time I receive my profit from the platform. Like, bro, like, get out of here with that trash. I see that a lot on Instagram. Obviously, the team is looking great, man. Laker fans punching there. Shout out to my boy DJ Elements. This is fun, y'all. Light the beam. This is fun. Everybody, man. KZ should be playing more, but great stuff. Who's that in the middle? Oh, that's Neemi. I'm like, who the heck is that? Okay. Keeg. And Keeg light the beam right there. That's dope. Is that a real button now? I think they gave him a real button this time. Oh yeah, new button looks awesome. There it is. This is cool. This is dope. You got the reaction. That's great. Good for them. If y'all out here, y'all DM me the for Friday's game, since I can't be outside after the game because I'm here. But make sure you guys send me a video like this so we can post it. Right. Make sure y'all do that. Yeah, this is a shot tonight. I mean, it was packed. It was empty the first quarter, I'm telling y'all. But this is dope. Let me see. Neemi. Okay. WAP. He's too big. That's what I'm saying. Like he was just too big for the mediocre bigs in the Lakers tonight. That was the first one. In transition, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. He said, okay, I got you. He said, okay, I got you. This is the one I'm talking about. Bam. Lakers are just bad defensively. What a catch and finish. You gotta love it. Here we go. This is the last one, I think. Oh. Again. Like, who's there? Like, like who's there? Great stuff there again. Wins mask weaknesses. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that's what that does. You get hyped up, and then if you have a bad game, like, oh, see, we just got to be even keel and keep it real. Like, he went up against real bad big men. Now, is this you just got to ask yourself, is this sustainable? We want it to be. I want it to be. I would love for it to be nothing but sustainable. I love Neemias. He's a great human being. First Portuguese player. It's great for PR. He's a large body that opens up your offense in terms of setting really good screens. But defensively is what Mike Brown talked about last game. Staying vertical, being mobile enough in pick and roll coverages. So we'll see. But if I had to bet on it, I would say no. I hate to be that guy. But sometimes the truth has to come out. No matter how or when, but the truth has to come out. And that's the truth. Right? That is the truth. We don't lie on this channel, man. Pablo says, you hooping tomorrow. I don't know how my ankle feels, bro. Some dude went under me yesterday. We had a good sesh, training, which I haven't trained in a long time. Did lots of drills. That felt good. Worked on some stuff, some handling drills, some shooting drills, and then Tyson and I stayed when Caesar and Adrian left. Started hooping. Now we won 3 games, and I think it was the 4th game. It was on the 3rd game when this dude was just reckless, went under me on my jump shot, and my ankle from the top you just heard it pop. Thank God it wasn't anything serious like 2 years ago. But I do, like, instantly I knew it was going to be sore. But I kept playing because if you stop playing, it typically swells. So you try to just tighten up your shoelaces and try to play on it because it typically does get worse. So I got home and you felt it. Like, it was very sore. Like, it hurt. And it hurts right now, but especially when it's cold. Like, when it's cold, it hurts even more. But I mean, I'll be fine in terms of, like, if I have to play tomorrow, I'll play. But I'm trying to save. What's tomorrow? Thursday. I'm trying to save it for Friday or even Saturday morning. I know Saturday morning is Christmas Eve, but we might have some runs in Elk Grove. We're gonna start a league. We haven't really announced it yet, but we're gonna start a league. Names, details. Make sure y'all keep it here on Instagram. We're gonna put it out there for show, and it's gonna be like a draft type of thing. It's gonna be very organized. It's gonna be competitive, and it's gonna be a good time. That's what you want. Like, there's a lot of leagues that are super just unorganized, and you hate. I've only played in one, which was last year, I think, in West Sac. I wasn't impressed with this, especially with the refs, and yeah, I'm not gonna keep bashing them, but man, there was moments where I was like, bro, like, they got to do better. Great facilities, but I was pretty pissed. But we'll see. I'll for sure keep you guys updated. But if I do play tomorrow, I'll let you guys know. But probably aiming for Friday at 8 a.m. in Citrus, or if not, don't have a time yet. But Saturday morning in Elk Grove. That's where we want to run the league. It's in the middle of Stockton and Sacramento, so Elk Grove League coming soon. Keep it here, and we'll let you guys know for sure. You think we can split those Nuggets games or win them both? They gonna split a game. I don't see the Kings winning both games. I really don't. Typically with any team, whether it be a bad or a good team, you split games. And it's been that way since they started doing like those back-to-back games, right? When at home, on the road, like you typically split those games. Let me see. I think Aiden and Phoenix are done. Wonder where he goes. Maybe we can give them Rashawn Holmes for something if they trade Aiden to another team. Oh, that's a good idea there. I mean, yeah. And then, the Kings get like a smaller deal, right? I see what you're saying. That's interesting. I haven't thought about that. But yeah, it's funny because I was actually watching the game yesterday, and I made money on the Wizards. I bet them plus 7.5 when they were down by 8. And then they came back and they won the game. And that was like with 6.5 minutes left. And they made a huge run. And they ended up winning the game. I was like, damn, I should have sprinkled a little bit on the money line. But, I won't get greedy. So, won that 7.5. But, yeah, he was out of control yesterday with Coach Monty. Who knows if he'll be there by the deadline. Again, guys have arguments like that, heated arguments like that all the time. It's not caught on camera all the time, but good teams have those discussions because good teams care about the details about winning games. So I'm not surprised, and I'm not going to blow it up out of proportion like, oh, well, he don't want. We knew he didn't want to be there from the jump because of the money situation, because he felt disrespected. But in terms of right now, like, he's in a great situation. Whether he wanted to get paid or not, like, you a pro, bro. Like, you already got paid. That's your contract. Try and play up to your best potential. And the goal is a championship for Phoenix. And they just got, sold for $4 billion. So good teams, like the Heat last year, good teams have that all the time. Like, that's basketball, bro. Like, that's basketball. Like, you have those type of arguments. That's because you care, though. That's because you care. So that's not the needle of me saying, well, that's the reason why he'll get traded. It's like, no, there's other stuff that went on behind closed doors. It's not that, right? Like, it's not that particular situation that gets you traded or you ask for a trade. Like, those arguments happen all the time. Right. Taking 2 charges for sure. Kings steal the West. Got to get the Wizards on Friday. 100% unknown 789. Make sure you hit the like button, though. Beam team looked good tonight. Jay Scott. Yes, they did. They looked great tonight. Mike Brown rumor. Keegan broke the chain. Too strong. He broke the chain? What does that mean? Friday's my birthday. I'll be in the building. Shout out to my boy Skip, man. Make sure y'all check out his channel, too. Happy birthday, brother. God bless you many more years. I got love for you, man. Basically, you DDT. You DTD. Basically, you DT. You don't. What does that mean, bro? I'm dumb when it comes to, like, acronyms. I don't know what that means. We put them to bed tonight. How can we get King James on the Kings? Oh, that'd be lovely. And then, I don't know if y'all saw, but he put King. He legit took out the damn, let's see. King James. Look at this, bro. Look what this man did. He blocked out the S and he put King. Come on, y'all. Just be a member of the Kings already. That'd be great. He would elevate the Kings to a championship without question. That's funny. We got big time hater here, Charles OER, saying Kings are better than King. That's funny. We got Kings fans sucking smackles. Here we go. La Photoshop. Oh my goodness, you gotta love it, bro. You gotta love it, right? Again tonight, 23 points, 6 of 12. You love it, bro. Neemias gonna be on Damian Jones. Love how he plays. He's only gonna get better tonight. It was a stepping stone towards a very long and productive career in the league. I saw you before the game outside the arena looking sharp. I appreciate you, JDY DXRY916. Appreciate you, brother. Cash Murray, love it. Keegan Murray, love that too. From Wong Park. And then Sabonis has now recorded his third career triple-double with at least 20 rebounds, tied for the 8th most in NBA history with DeMarcus Cousins, Mark Eaton, and Russell Westbrook. Big time. You know, my guy Kaluuya says Sabonis is better Joker. That's not true. Joker's a different beast. But Sabonis is amazing though. They're similar but they're different, right? Sabonis can, push the ball better, right? But he's smaller. So, and he's more mobile. But Joker got a better touch in the paint. No question about it. He's a better shooter too. But yeah, like they're both amazing. They're both different, similar, but they're both amazing. But Joker's on a different stratosphere. If I'm being completely honest, like that guy is the best center in basketball. Oh, this is the guy that I'm telling you about. First, we were all disappointed for the Hallie being traded. This is what I mentioned, right? At first, we were all disappointed for Hallie being traded because he loves Sac. But man, Domas has brought the life back to us fans. Let's go. I said you were disappointed. I was so happy for the second it happened. I got 4 legs on that. That's funny. Yeah. And again, who defends the most shots per game within 6 feet? That's crazy. To even have these two guys here, that is crazy. Even Olynyk, that's nuts. We know Jakob solid. Oh, even Vucevic too. Like, and Olynyk, Vucevic, white guys and Europeans. That's funny. That's great though. And then last year, obviously, we saw what they said. Happy birthday, De'Aaron Fox. Mike wants him in the All-Star game. He'd love to see it, right?
You can vote every day, all day, any day, starting today. What's today? Foxy's birthday.
Love that.
December 20th. Please vote. Domas, Foxy. Let's go now, baby. Get him in there. Let's go.
You love the energy, man. You love it. You gotta love it, y'all. I love it. I love hearing that, man. I made so much bank today selling my season ticket seats, ripping off Laker fans. Hey, you gotta love that. Respect. Be smart about it. As I said earlier, that's what Kings fans do, and they take advantage of it. I don't blame you guys one bit. So good for you, brother. Now, if this was a playoff game, I'd be upset at you. But it's early in the year. Make your money to come back to other games. I ain't mad at you one bit. Might have to join the league. Yes, sir. Baby Lee wants to join the live. He's still awake. Put my son in here, man. Let me see. Links in the bio. Here we go. Links in the bio. Put the baby on. Kings have been waiting for this for a long time. Yes, they have. Brown said he broke the pen off the chain. Don't know his own strength. That's funny. Day to day. Oh, day to day. Okay. See, I'm 29, but I'm not good with these like these 3-letter acronyms, bro. Somebody photoshopped that picture and fixed it just to put a big L over the King part. You gotta love it, right? You gotta love it, bro. Uh, Braun for Barnes. I'm going to get to the game January 7th, tempting to sell my tickets because everybody pays for whatever they ask for. 100%. I feel you on that. Kings make the playoffs. I'm coming to watch from Australia. Uh-oh. Ed Lobo's coming from Australia? What? Definitely going to have to say what's up to him. Yeah, what makes Mike Brown such a good coach? His ability to communicate with other grown men and for them to buy into the game plan. That's what makes him special. And the X's and O's has been good in terms of what he was perceived to be offensively because he learned a lot in his tenure with the Golden State Warriors. He was always a very good defensive coach, and defense takes more time to learn or to execute. But his offense has been a real surprise, and I'm glad he took a lot of those principles from Golden State and he applied them here, and we're seeing a huge difference in play style. They're very entertaining, and you got to love them. And obviously, you have to have the right personnel for that, and they did that, right? They went out, got Monk, Herter, drafted Keegan. Like, you have to have shooters for this to work. And movement shooters. Keegan Murray's been Kevin's been phenomenal. Obviously, he's gone through a slump, but he was shooting 50% for a long time. Like, that was unheard of on 7.5 attempts. Obviously, it's gone down a lot, but still, he's still a threat to do it every single night. And guys are going to top block him the same way. And when they stay home on guys like Kevin Herter, that opens up the floor for guys like De'Aaron Fox, for guys like Sabonis in the paint, guys like HB for the drives, for the drives and kicks. You got to have guys like Kevin Herter out there, man. Championship caliber coaching will do that for a team. Sacktown whole culture has changed since Monty McNair, Mike Brown has arrived. Well, since Mike arrived. I mean, Monty was there, and I hate to say it, but even though it's never been on the record, but obviously he decided to bring Luke back, right? Okay. That's still gonna fall on his track record, which is why he hasn't gotten extended yet. Like, imagine if he would have chosen his coach and he chose Mike that year that he came. Or even so, I forget. It's been what? This is on his third year? Forget, bro. But he had a chance to fire Luke, and obviously minority owners didn't want to pay everybody, all the other coaches, and have to fire Luke. It got so bad that you had to fire Luke, right? Like, that was gonna happen, and then you put Gentry in there. Okay, so regardless if whether or not he wanted to bring him back, that still falls on him. Like, make no mistake about it, because he publicly said, "Well, Luke's my guy." He said that. That came out of his mouth. That's fine. And enough was enough. And that's when I had asked him, like, how do you bring back a guy that had 2 9-game losing streaks? How does that happen? I said, did you ever consider after the 2 9-game losing streaks? Like, that can't happen. If you cut those 2 9-game losing streaks in half, you probably make the play-in. So, yeah, that's still on him. And I think Mark Stein came out and said that he's going to get extended early next year, early in January. So, Dean Fox can get into the All-Star game. It's tough, bro. It's tough because, as I said, I hope he doesn't get punished for winning basketball games, because I think he was at 28, 29 minutes before he came back in to get ejected, right? Talked about that earlier. And he didn't pad his stats. Like, all these guys are putting up great numbers, and he's in the 23-point range, right? 24, somewhere around there. And he put up, 22 tonight? So his averages are going down, but they're winning games. And it sucks, man. I just hope he doesn't get punished. So if somebody gets hurt, like say Steph doesn't play, say Dame doesn't play, because there are 5 guys for sure ahead of him. SGA, you got to put him over him just because he's having a great year. But Fox would have 30 points a night too if he was on OKC. Make no mistake about it. I love SGA. Like, SGA is just amazing. I've been saying, like, y'all know I've been saying that. Like, SGA is just amazing. He's different for sure. What's going on with the Bulls, man? I'd rather have DeRozan than Levine, but you know, it's a mess out there. It's a mess right now. And that was a team that I said wasn't gonna make the playoffs, and I got a lot of shit for it. I said if all 9 teams are healthy, because again, the East is supposed to be a bloodbath, right? I said that's a team that won't make the playoffs, and people thought I was crazy. It's like nah. They have issues. Obviously, you know, Lonzo's not playing is a big deal. Caruso in that lineup is a big deal because Caruso impacts winning, and I love Caruso. I would love Caruso on the Kings. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine like a Caruso instead of like a TD? Like, oh my gosh. Fox and Oxen make the All-Star team. I hope so, man. I hope so, Manuel. As long as the Kings are winning and ups the scoring. See, that's the thing. Like tonight, he didn't even up the scoring because he didn't even play that much, right? Like he was super efficient. It's tough, bro. Like, you know, what does it say? Money strikes gold in both drafts. Well, he didn't strike gold with Davion though. Well, let's be honest. Like, that's not gold. Like, again, on this channel, we keep it 100. That was not gold. They did want Franz, which Franz would have been a game changer. Now that would have been a game changer. But they had other options, bro. Like I would have went Moody before Davion, 100%. That's just one guy. But nah, I love Davion, but nah, like he's just league wide. His value isn't, again, Kings fans overvalue their players, right? And his trade value isn't what fans think it is. It's not that high. He's been a liability offensively all year long this year. He had a good game today. He's had a few good games, but defensively, he's always gonna give it his all, right? He's great. But you got to be able to play both sides of the ball. And in this type of offense, he's not pounding the ball, getting into a spot anymore because they don't play that way. So it sucks, but nah. He didn't strike gold. He struck gold with Tyrese and got just a bonus. But, man, there's a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes ahead of Davion, man. Neemias rocks. Hey, man, I wish him nothing but the best. You know that. You know that. I want him to do well. He's a great human being. You know that. But come on, man. I just wouldn't bet on him this being sustainable. But I hope it. But I'm praying and hoping that it is, because then you don't have to go and spend on assets, right? You don't have to spend your assets to go get somebody else. So yes. You guys think Boogie will come up and get back some on this? Nah. Boogie doesn't do anything for the Kings in terms of solving any issues. He's a terrible defender, and the Kings don't have a problem scoring, especially from that position. We heard what Mike Brown wants. He wants the guys to stay vertical, defend the rim, right? Be solid in the pick and roll. Don't foul, which DeMarcus does a lot. So it'd be counterintuitive, like it really would. Like, for the, like you said, 6 to 12 minutes that you need somebody, DeMarcus is not that guy. And he's a hard case, yeah, and he's a head case too. So, yeah. He was single-handedly ruining us. Yeah, man. It's tough, but that's gonna do it, y'all. I thought we had a great show today. We're hour 9 in. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna have more content tomorrow. I'm working on the Alperen Şengün, who is a baby Sabonis. Y'all know Şengün. Y'all know I love Şengün in that draft. Other guys, like, he's having a very good year on the Rockets team that doesn't know how to use him. They should be using him like the Kings use Sabonis. I mean, this dude is just a phenomenal. He's like a joker passer, bro. Like Sabonis is the more obvious, like more fundamental passer. Like he's looking for the open guy. But Joker got eyes behind his head, like type of passes. Like Şengün is like he's headed in that direction. But the way he screens reminds me of Sabonis. The way he moves reminds me of Sabonis. The way he pushes the ball reminds me of Sabonis. Like, bam. Like, he'd be, oh, man. You'd have Sabonis, baby Sabonis on the bench. Obviously, that's not happening. But I hope the Rockets use him better, man, and give him more touches because he deserves more touches on that team. They got a lot of young talent, man. The Rockets got a lot of young talent, and I'll be working on that video. Stay tuned for that. Again, go check out my Dyson Daniels video. Both Rob from Sorry Basketball and I broke it down pretty well, and you'll get an idea of why Dyson Daniels is so good. Other than that, man, thank you guys so much for all love and support. Make sure you guys go hit the like button on the pregame show from earlier. Would really appreciate that. Like, it was a great show. Javi showed up, gave it his all like he typically does. And it was a great time at Darling Aviary. Huge shout out to them. Huge shout out to MDG Sacramento. Across the Gold to One Center. Make sure y'all check them out. Thank you guys so much. And on behalf of the entire family, I love you guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.